your business is irrelevant, because when you're not growing personally, even if your business is growing and you're not growing personally, you're still, you know, a lost
Stuck.
cause. You're still a lost cause. So it is irrelevant to the fact that your business is growing or not. If you are not growing personally, anything that is growing will eventually become, rust. It's dust. So you need to come out of that growing personally is an option. It's not an option.
Like
Alone.
I was 18
Hmm.
when I started my journey. So I felt super connected because people
Oh.
keep saying me that you started so early and you are doing well. And
Hmm.
I was finding someone around my age, at least one. So when I found you, I'm like, you are doing great. So
Hmm.
then I thought that time the JRS show was not in my mind. I was building my business
Hmm.
and all that. And then after some day, I saw one post in your Instagram or something. I was just scrolling around your ID. So then I thought,
Hmm.
let's invite you because you have an
Hmm.
amazing story. Because I don't know about your story, but little bit
Yeah.
what I listen from others.
Hmm.
So I thought,
Hmm.
because the JRS show is all about the stories, let's invite Aditya, but it didn't happen due to whatever the reason. Now I want to start it from here. That Aditya, can you please share your story? And I, I really want to know that why did you come to this coaching journey? Especially,
Hmm.
why did you thought of? There are so many,
Hmm.
like if we'll see doctor, engineer, a lot of things are there. Why did you think
Hmm.
of this? And especially, what's your background?
Honestly speaking, I'll tell you, uh, when somebody asks me like share your journey, I get so confused, and I'll tell you why. Because there are so many, you know areas I can go, here direction, this direction. But I'll tell you where the tipping point came in my life and why am I in this, doing a coaching business like this. I'll tell you why. Because honestly speaking, if I say I had a inner calling, I would be lying to you. I never had an inner calling, to be in this business. The only thing that I knew that I want to make money, and I was very clear with that. The reason why I went to Canada, because I for my college degree, I went there because I thought that I could make more money. I went there, did all the my BBA, was studying, doing all the things that you were supposed to do as a student in Canada. Doing a part-time job, studying, doing everything all together, and having that element that I can make money on my own by doing part-time jobs. I did that, and I realized that I cannot make enough money with this because I used to calculate it like $12 per hour. If I work
Yeah.
like $50, 50 hours or even 100 hours a week, I can still not make enough money. And that was there in my mind. And at that point of time, the only thing that was there in my mind was money. There was no there was no direction. The only
Yeah.
thing was there that money needs to happen. And that was why I was doing, all the part-time jobs. I went there, and 6 months being in Canada, 3 months being in Canada, I realized that this is not, how I look my life in the future. And that's when I started to go through like online, things like how do I make money online? And everybody starts with this searching on Google, like how to make money online. And I went through the same journey only. At that point, I think I was 18 years old that time when I was doing this. I searched down, and came across a YouTube video of. I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I saw Vic Strizius,
Yeah.
and he was there on a yacht, and he was talking about all life things, business, and he was talking all about that. He said one thing like, "What are you doing in your life? Get up, start doing something. You want money, you need to work for it." And it was like as if he was speaking to me. The
Yeah.
way he looks at in the camera, like he has such video marketing skills that he
Yeah.
can totally connect with you on a video. And that was like, I need to do stuff that, I got motivated to, start doing it more, and take it as a, full-time thing. And then I started going through the 4% challenge. I went through all the videos, did everything. I was implementing it like my life depended on it, I would say. I was not
Wow.
doing it like this is something I will do it for fun. When I saw the first video, when he was showing his numbers, when he was showing other students' numbers, I was convinced enough that I want the same results for myself. And this is what I need to do. So every day, for the whole day, or maybe in the night, I used to watch him like my life depended on it. And I didn't like, I was not distracted following him, to the T. In the middle of the videos, I saw one guy and, he talked about, he was an Indian guy, he mentioned, and Siddharth came, in that interview. And I saw the whole interview. I was totally amazed because I felt like there is someone in India doing this. And that was when my whole, my whole point of view and looking at online business changed. I knew that I need to follow this guy because he is earning it. He's doing all the things that I want to do and he has that
Yeah.
life. And I, came across that guy, and just from Vic being my mentor, Sid became my mentor. And from that journey, I went through going through Siddharth's programs and all of that stuff. And it is during Siddharth's programs, I realized that, the thing that I had in my mind, that money, 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 from money, 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 it changed to value, value, value from that
Yeah.
point. Earlier, it was not just. So that's why I say, following Siddharth has not just been a money change for me. It has been a whole trajectory shift in my mind. How do I look at business? How do I look at life? How do I look at customers? How do I look at people? So all of that changed because of that one guy. And I started going through his videos, implemented all of my learnings. And because of Siddharth, I got into the coaching business, and that's how all started. I implemented all the learnings and did my level 1 course, level 2 course, and slowly and slowly the shift started happening. I did my first webinar, got my first students, first 5 students, joined my program at 5,000 rupees, and I was like attracting
Wow.
only people of my age. All of them were 18 years old.
Yeah.
So slowly, I built it to a level where I had 100 students in my community at level 1. So I had built that, followed everything. But it is only during that phase of my time when I was doing all the things, I was building a community. This, principle got stuck in my mind because of the way Siddharth was running his business. He told me that, uh, that we are not here to sell courses. We are not here in a coaching business. We are here in a business of solving problems for people. And I felt that I was doing it all wrong. I was just doing it for money, and I was just doing it for the sake of getting customers. I was not actually solving a particular problem in the world. And that was another tipping point in my life in the coaching business itself. I realized what a coaching business is truly. I was doing it wrong. And I shifted all my learning, I shifted all my things, and my mindset changed, the whole trajectory changed. And I thought about how can I solve a problem, in the world? How can I truly do it? And then my focus shifted from, being a course seller to an entrepreneur. And I realized that I had an entrepreneur at my home, and she was doing everything. And the weird thing is, she already was enrolled in all of the Siddharth's programs, all of Vic's programs, and I was not aware about it. I was just doing
Okay.
it for money, and she
Cool.
had already bought all of that stuff. So,
Okay.
I started, talking with Mama and applied all the learnings that I was doing it in my own business for her business. That's how I got into this coaching journey, and that's how we are doing it now together. Otherwise, I think I would be doing it all solo, if Siddharth had not taught me that principle. Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
how I got into this.
When I'm listening to you, it's like I feel like the whole similar journey. When I
Mm.
was 18, I was also finding the same thing, that how can I make money? I came
Mm.
to this because I want to earn money. I was doing content writing and I was thinking, this
Yeah.
is not the life that I want. पैसा तो
Mm.
आ रहा है because I started from
Mm.
100 rupees, अभी 30-40,000 आ रहा है, but पैसा तो आ रहा है, but this is not the life that I want. So then someone told me about Siddharth, and I went through his webinar. I didn't have any money, and I purchased the course, and I felt like the
Mm.
best decision that I took in my life. Anyhow, I did it. And as you said, this is an amazing thing. I always feel that we are not here. Siddharth always says that we are not the course seller. We are the
Mm.
nation builders.
Yeah.
He always says this in his webinar, that
Yeah.
we are the nation builders. We are here to build a different world. And but we
Mm.
exactly what we are doing right now. And as you
Mm.
said, Aditya, I felt the same thing, that I came to earn money. Money shift
Mm.
happened, no doubt in that. But
Mm.
I became a different person. It
Mm.
transformed my whole thing, whole perception, mission, vision. It was never in my mind. It's just that I'll earn money, and everything just shifted. As you said, money, money, money to serve, serve, serve. So value, value, value.
Value, value.
This thing also happened with me, so I can connect. This man actually realized that how beautifully we can earn money. At the same time, we can change others' life.
Yeah, together.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
And focus is also not in money. When you go to job, when you do something, your focus is how much you are earning. When you are upgrading, when you are getting a bigger position, what we look for that how much I am earning.
Yeah, when you're changing position, when you're getting promoted, you're just looking at that.
Yeah, but here we think that how many lives that I'm changing, what is my community, how much people I reached so far. So I just want to ask you, Aditya, that you said that you were doing some study in Canada. So what was the reason at the 18-year, being an 18-year-old boy, why did you think of earning money? What was in mind कि तुमने क्यों सोचा कि मुझे कुछ पैसा कमाना है या कुछ करना है?
Yeah, because for me, I think every person has, one value. People have value systems, and I believe my value system was that I wanted to, provide everything to my family, because I've been watching my mom, doing everything since childhood. I've been seeing her, doing all the things, and these conversations it's in my DNA, because I've seen that. Because how she's been talking to me, how she has never complained about money, but I could always observe how hard she was working for money. So ever since my childhood, it was in my value system that money is important. Everything requires money. It was always there in my mind. If I want to get good shoes, I need money. If I want to go out, I need money. And I always thought, why am I going out in Canada away from my family? Why? There was only one reason. So eventually I'll earn money. That's why I'm going out. My brother, he went to hostel when I was a child. And I used to ask Mama, why is he out? Why is he not with us? So Mama said, he has gone to hostel. I said, why? To study. Mama said, to study. Then I asked, why is he going out to study? Why can't he study here? So he said, so that he can work at a good position and earn good money. So again, it came to money. So every problem in my life from childhood, I could observe that it was stemming to lack of money. And I thought from 15 years to 18 years old, I thought for all of the life's problems, the only solution is earn money, and you will not live you'll 99% of your problems will not be there if you have money.
Will be solved, yeah.
So I knew that 18 years old, that if I am there, money is in my value system. It's in my DNA. I want to earn it. I need to earn it. And I think the actions that I was taking is to achieve that goal. And that was there in my mind, when I was there. So I knew that I had to do it.
And when you thought of leaving Canada, what was in your mind? That because it's a big decision, as your mama always says that, मैंने सुना था कभी, she was saying, she asked Siddharth that Aditya is saying कनाडा छोड़ के इंडिया आने के लिए ऐसा कुछ तुमने बोला था, so she messaged Siddharth. So what was in your mind that yes छोड़ना? Because I know when I was doing physics honors and I was preparing for UPSC civil service, आज ही मेरे मामा मुझे पूछ रहे थे वही same question that why did you leave? So what was in your mind कि कनाडा छोड़ के इंडिया आना है? Because it's a big decision. इतना faith कहाँ से आया कि मतलब I'll do something?
Yeah, I think that came because ever since I went there, my goal was to have my own setup where I don't need to be dependent on others for money. And when it happened, when I could see the possibility that I can actually make a business, earn money, and do all of the things that I want, and it does not require me to be here.
Yeah.
So I thought, why am I here then? If I can do why I went to Canada, because why? I wanted to make good money so that when I'm doing part-time jobs, I don't need to be dependent on others. I can do a job there, and cover all my expenses there and live life the way I want to. And I don't need to struggle with all of that stuff that I would be doing it here. But when I went there and I saw that this is not a problem anymore, I can do it without being in Canada, then I said, I want to come back and live with my family. And the beautiful thing was that I was doing a business with my mom. And this was,
Yeah.
I knew that if we really want to scale this, we want to put more time together. And that is when I thought, this thing will not work like this. I'm in Canada and mama is here, and we are doing it together. I don't think that I should, you know, I thought, why am I, making it a, what do you say? Why am I not making it a first priority by being there in India and working together, putting my 100% focus into this? That was the reason when I thought that no matter how weird people think that ये तो Canada गया और फिर भी वापस आ गया,
Yeah.
I know that what my goal is will be, achieved when I'm there working with Mama together, fully focusing on this 100% to serve more and more people. So that was the, moment for me when I know that I have to come back. No matter how hard it seems, no matter what people think, no matter what my relatives will say to Mama, that you spend so much of money in Canada and now your child is still here. No matter what
Yeah.
they say, we need to look at our goal. Not they don't have that goal.
Exactly.
I have that goal. So just look at that and come back, and don't even think twice. I don't look back now. I don't look back. In fact, many people ask me, and they are more convinced to come back now, listening to my story. So I think everything happens for a reason, and I believe that decision is now helping us. So yeah,
Decision makes destiny.
yeah. So that decision has changed everything.
Two things that I observed. One amazing thing about you in this conversation, that you take decisions and you don't care about people. Somehow it is in between me that when I was doing things and I was focusing on building business, everybody said so many things that why to choose this life. I still remember my brother was saying me, give city exam and be a teacher, get married, you will stay with your family. I'm like, I said to him that if everybody will think like you, that do a job, so stay with your family, get married, and then this world is going to, because the intention behind that, I know the intention is that you are a girl, you don't need to go out, stay with your home. And I hate this sentence when people say that you are a girl. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like I will prove that person wrong. So that was one reason I also felt that. And another one thing is, I know the intention. They were thinking, being a teacher, if you will get a government job, you serve, you don't serve, you get money, you get paid. So I said, if everybody will think like that, then the students are not going to get the value and the system is going to be corrupted. So I said, I am not going to listen to you. I am going to do whatever I feel right. And this decisions, sometimes it hurts, sometimes it's painful, because when you came back, it takes time. It's a journey, right? And you will feel like it's not happening. What's going on? How it's going to work? A lot of things happen. And that's how, again, you get your energy back and you do whatever you can do. That's amazing about you. And did you ever feel that, why did you, after coming back from Canada, did you ever feel that did you ever feel the struggle in between this coaching journey? And if you feel that, the rejections, the objections, how did you overcome that?
Yeah, honestly speaking, this may sound weird, but I did not face any such things like that. I'll tell you why. And I also didn't know the reason why I did not go through a process like that. Because I can say, if it was my own journey, me starting as an 18-year-old, I can say that I can honestly relate to every single thing that you're saying. Facing setbacks, facing rejections. But I feel I'm not, the reason why I did not go through such specific struggles in a coaching business, because I was smart enough to shift, the focus from me to mom.
Yeah.
Because she has went through all the struggles already. For last 25 years, she has went through that struggles. It was her time to shine, and I could contribute to that. That was the reason I did not go through this when it comes to a coaching business. So I feel Mama feels that, it was the right time for me to leave college and come back to support her so that she can reach more people. And for her, to commit to this process, fully focused on her business. She's doing the work more. Why? Because now I am involved with her. Earlier, she was not doing it because, she felt that this is not the first thing. I need to, sustain my kids in Canada. That should be the focus. But when I am back, all the focus is now what? On business. And I think this process of value creation, where she is supporting her community and I am helping her let her do that. And I think that has played a bigger role in terms of these kind of struggles. Mama has already went through that the last 20 years of her life. And I felt that is the reason why I did not go through that right now in the coaching business, because she already had that proof of concept. She already had that, she already had the clarity on how she can help her clients. So I just tangibly made into an online business with the support of my mentors. So I think that connection, that, bridge where Mama is using her skills and I'm using my own skills with the help of my mentors, this three thing is matching here. And I think that is playing the role where we can see, quantum growth in a particular business. I think that is how it is played out. Ever since we've started, we've always been, we've been fortunate enough. I don't say that we were born with this quality. We've been fortunate enough with the kind of people we are around. People like Siddharth, amazing people in quantum group, and all of the, alphas and all of like, what do you say, in ILH. And I think that the society shifting, people like you being, you guys being here in the community, that has played a bigger role, us getting those results. So I think that is the reason why I did not go through that, but Mama had gone through that. And I can say that, we changed the whole thing to make the focus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that was what I was saying, that, the reason I did not go through the struggles because Mama had already gone through it. So Mama took that share of work from me, and now we could, focus on the, the growth side of the business. So that's how it happened.
I was saying, connecting to this, that everybody's journey, there was a phase like that. Either your mother went through or you went through. Because it's her business and you are the biggest support system. But the journey was her. So she went through it. That's what I was saying, that everybody goes through the pain because nothing happens overnight.
Exactly. That's why I was saying, you asked me like, what was that struggle? I just say that I was fortunate enough that I didn't, I never gone through it, but Mama took that share of work for me. So she went through that. So you're right. Absolutely right. Like there's never a point where you can say that, everything is working. I don't have the, the years of experience, in me, but because I started it when I was 18 years old, I can say I'm just blessed enough to be a part of, all these amazing people that I'm around with, and that has played in my journey. And my journey is all, I can say it's just beginning. This is the first phase of my life where I'm helping my Mama. So I think for her, she went through that, and that fruit is coming now, and all of that struggles, all of that areas where she felt that she could not do it. She could not focus on this 100%. This is not working. That is not working. We went through that phase, when Mama was, doing her jobs and trying to do this side by side. So that was that phase.
As you said this, I was thinking on back of my mind that so the next guest will be Sonia ma'am. Then I am going to reach her very soon.
Yeah, definitely. When you reach out to her, you'll feel more connected because you share the same.
She is so sweet. I met her for the first time in FBR, and I felt like she's so sweet. I didn't feel like I was meeting her for the first time. So
it feels like that when we are all connected.
What I feel is ILH is a different world. It's not that because the connections that we have, I don't feel like it's a different family. We are one family. The way we are doing conversation, I was saying about Sonia ma'am, the way she treated me, I never felt that. Not only Sonia ma'am, the lunch that we had together, all the quantum members, scroll club members, speakers, and other people, I didn't feel like I am meeting them for the first time. Even if Siddharth, the first time when I met him, he was like, "Hi, Joshna." I'm like, "Oh my God." I didn't feel like I met him for the first time in person. So
Yeah.
it feels so good. It feels like I found a beautiful family. And as you said, the community, the people matters a lot in our journey.
Mhm.
If you'll see the different world, there are a lot of competition. We are taught that there are a lot of competition. You have to bid this, you have to bid that. But in
Mm.
this
You have to win the race.
platform, yeah, with God's grace, exactly. If I'll reach to you that I'm facing some issue, you are here to hold my hand. If you will reach
Mm.
to someone, there is someone who, and no one will say that I'm not going to help you. It's like that. This
Yeah.
is something that great. And I want to
Mm.
ask you, I was very curious to know that, so in this journey so far, what is the best and happiest moment for you for being an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
You felt like
For
this
me,
is
that,
worth it. I loved it.
yeah. Yeah, I can say, today, the happiest moment for me, or what I've experienced, that completely fulfills me. And, this thing completely, makes me fulfilled. And come to a realization where I feel that, these are the experiences I want to live, for the next, 50, 70, 100 years of my life. Is that, the time, because of the whole system where we are helping people and earning money through that money is helping me, mama, papa, and my brother to live the life that we always dreamed about. To go on vacations where we are not even worried about any single thing, and the only thing that we're looking at is how can we enjoy more. And honestly speaking, when somebody reaches that point and then they share that today, we are living that, some people might not be able to sense like what we went through earlier.
Yeah,
We never had imagined that this would be a reality at some point of life. So
exactly.
today, that feeling, it just gives me reassurance that when you're really focusing on your dreams, and when you're not looking at anything else left or right, everything is possible. And for me, this is the experience. The best part of being an entrepreneur is I can enjoy my life like anything, and I'm not worried about anything when I'm going out. And I think that is the experience I want to continue living. And that is the best part of being an entrepreneur. The reward, my professor always said, the entrepreneurs are the people, who take the biggest risks, take the biggest sacrifices. But there's one thing that fulfills that: they get the biggest rewards in the world. The kind of rewards that entrepreneurs get, nobody gets. So that risk and that sacrifice is worth it if you want to feel that way. So yeah, for me, it's that, those experiences with my family, going out and all of that stuff.
I
Yes.
can totally connect because the day I went for a beer. I never thought that because in my family, I come from a very low middle class background. I saw all the problems because of money. The fighting, the argument, the emotional drama, and all that. I saw all of this because of money. And
Mhm.
my parents getting frustrated, sad, and all that. So it was always in my mind that this life I am not going to live, and I'm not going to let my family live this life till
Exactly.
whatever the situation is. And
Mm.
when this happened, when I went for a beer, I was emotional, and people asked me that, are you crying because you are living Chennai? I said, no, I will come to Chennai, I will leave Chennai, I will come to Bombay, I will leave Bombay. It's not something that I will cry for. I can see my 20 years journey. The day I started, I didn't have anything with me. And I'm here being a girl. Again, another thing is that as people said, you are a girl, and we were not allowed to talk to a boy because it's not okay for, there
Mm.
was a time.
I get
Right
it.
now it's normal. Right now it's
Yeah.
normal. So all the shift. I always say that there was a time when my papa calls me. I'm saying 3 years back. And if my number is busy, he's going to ask me किससे बात कर रही थी. Now,
Mm.
if my papa will call me, if I'll not receive it, it's like, I know you are busy. Can you talk to me? Are you free? So the shift, the respect, the everything that happened because of the decision that we took, the
Mm.
decision that I
Mm.
took, that I have to do it. And I can see that traveling, going to Chennai or doing something, that is something that was like a dream. And as you said,
Mm.
if I'm happy, I'm enjoying my life, being a entrepreneur, we sacrifice a lot, we do a lot of things, and the reward that we get is amazing. I want to ask you, Aditya, as you are supporting your mother right now, is it in your mind that you are going to build your own community
Yeah.
someday, or you are, yeah,
So what has happened now, I'll tell you, I always used to question myself when we, went through that phase, that transition where I went from my own community and, I started neglecting that and started to work on this vision that mama had to me and together, like me together that I had with mama. And I always had this question that, what about my own thing? What about my own thing? I was always like looking at this mama's business, not my business. This is mama's business. This is not my business. And there was a time, like 1 year, 1.5 year, I went through that phase. I was doing the work and all of the things were happening, but it was always like mama's business and my business is different. Hopefully one day I'll do my own business. So those things were then in the mind. I can say after, the last 8 to 10 months, I've come to this realization at this point that this is not mama's business. And I have to come to that realization because I consciously, deleted myself out of the equation for like 3 months in our whole business. And mama came to me and said, that look, this, you need to come out of this thought that this is not your business. I cannot do this without you. You need to understand that. You cannot do this without me. I cannot do this without you. And these are the gaps that we need to fill for each other. And when I came to that realization, the whole point of view of looking at the business and the actions that I took changed. And I'll give an example of that. Earlier, it was just about mama selling her own programs and me just supporting it. Today, our whole funnel is us being in the business together. So I may not be in the front end, but I'm on the back end of the business. Yeah. So at first level, mama helps people become tarot card readers. But at the second level, I help them take that business online. So now it is one niche in one whole funnel where we are together running it as a whole thing. So now it is not just a one-man show. It is a one mission, led by two people. It has become that. So now this is how I am planning for the next 5 years of my life. I want to contribute to this, mission. And that is how I'm playing this game. And I want to put more of my things on the front end now. And that is that is what I'm working on right now. But I am just focusing on this as my main business because I don't want to see it as a business. I want to see it as a mission. So if I'm on serving this mission, I need to look at it, that this is mine. This is not somebody else. This is mine. I need to work it in like that way. And that realization has changed everything for me. And this is how we're able to scale it now because of this realization. Otherwise, it was always like, there was always a conflict between my interest and her interest. And now once we've aligned that, now I can see the growth happening because of that realization. So yeah, this is, the answer to your question. Like, how do we do this?
It's very normal that it happens because obviously, if you are, as you said, maybe it's true that you both are doing business together from starting, but the thought that you said, it's normal to come that what about my business?
Yeah.
But when you understand that it's not her business, I was just thinking to say that, but you said it already that you did so many things from backend. It's as you said, she is incomplete without you when it comes to business. You are incomplete without her when it comes to this business because you both run this empire. And I feel like maybe if you think you can do something in future, but right now, as you said, in 5 years, you want to contribute to this. That's amazing. I want to ask you, Aditya, as we both started our journey in 18 years and we went through something, maybe your journey is different, my journey is different, but we both are entrepreneurs. So I want to ask you a question that if the people who are watching us, I know there are many youngsters and in our age and they're thinking of being an entrepreneur, what are the things you want to suggest to them, how they can come and they can do something? Go ahead. I want to hear from you.
I'll just share 3 things that I feel. I'll dig it from my own experience and tell you, because I feel if you're not doing these 3 things, you'll have a very hard journey when it comes to entrepreneurship. So I can always say that first thing is you need to accept that you don't know anything, because this is the first step to, building anything. For me, when I started, imagine an 18-year-old person just doing college, who felt that, I know everything, nobody can teach
Yeah.
me, I know all of this, I know all of these are scams, I know these are frauds, I know how this works. Come out of that. You need to accept the fact that you don't know and start, working from that point of view. You don't know anything, you need to learn. That's the first realization that you need to come to. And the second thing is, when you're learning, always, you know think don't, let your short term, what do you say, uh, pains, your short term sacrifices stop you from your overall vision. If you're, if you want to make money and you're crying about the fact that you don't, have money right now, and you don't have this, nobody supporting you, you don't have ancestral, money coming from your, grandfathers, and that's why you can't earn money, you need to come out of that. There's no excuse that you can give yourself. So stop letting those short term pains, distract you from your long term goal. That's what I can say to you. And the third thing is, always just get a mentor. And if you're doing this alone, you're stuck. Just take a mentor, and you'll be amazed to see the progress that you're having in your life. Without a mentor, you're just like, an aimless gun. You're going in any direction. When you have a mentor, you take the right steps at the right time in the right direction to get the right results. And I feel this is how should everybody, should look at this game. These are the three things, for your entrepreneurship. And that's what I want to share to you. Yeah.
Yeah, as you said,
Yes.
still the word is different. I always say that I was a directionless girl. The same thing I was
Mm,
thinking, I know a lot of things. Why to the
mm,
surrender word? It never happened with me initially. But when I
mm,
got the slap from the universe that why this
mm,
is not working, because I
mm,
am not listening to my mentor, I am using my own brain, and how it's going to happen. If you are
mm,
surrendering to your mentor in the process, then things happen in a different level. You are not using your brain and you are thinking that I know everything. You know nothing.
mm,
And that's what you have to accept, that I know nothing. And I want
yeah.
to ask you, Aditya, that do you feel that our personal growth connects with our business growth? Connects, our personal growth matter in our entrepreneurial journey?
I think your personal growth is the main thing. Your business is irrelevant, because when you're not growing personally, even if your business is growing and you're not growing personally, you're still, you know, a lost
Stuck.
cause. You're still a lost cause. So it is irrelevant to the fact that your business is growing or not. If you are not growing personally, anything that is growing will eventually become, rust. It's dust. So you need to come out of that growing personally is an option. It's not an option. The reason why you're doing business is because you want to grow personally, not the other way around. It's not that you should grow personally so that your business will grow. You're This is not the goal. You are doing business so that you can grow personally. And I think you should look at it like that, because even if your business is growing, you have a lot of money, you are not personally evolved, there's no use of that. So I think that should be the mindset. And I've come to this realization looking at my mentors. Like, his name is Alex Hormozy, and he mentioned that, in a lot of his, because I'm in his, core level, trainings, and I saw that, he mentioned that. But business growth is irrelevant. You need to look at your personal growth. That's the main, motive, to grow in life. So I think that's how I take it now. Yeah.
When it comes to personal growth, what do you think? What are the factors that everybody needs to work on?
Yeah. I think in terms of personal growth, I feel there are a lot of areas, but personally for me, the three areas, where I can say the factors that people need to look at if they want to grow personally is, their relationships. If the relationship with themselves is not strong, I think everything is waste. If they can't come out of that, phase where they're constantly blaming themselves, constantly putting their own thing down, that, you are not good enough, you're not this, people have this, giving yourself explanations like that, I think that is a problem, and you need to work on this. Stop being, stop judging yourself or others around you. This is the first area that you need to work on. Judgments, you know s- uh, relationship about yourself, your family. I think you can go on and on, talking about specifics of the things. But these are the areas, grow personally, in your relationship wise, so that you can, work on other things. For me, that is my belief. Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
feel stress sometime when you are doing business, managing your life? Did you ever experience little bit of pressure, stress?
Every day there's
How
stress.
do you
But
handle that?
yeah, I think the only way we handle that is when we truly understand our why. Is when we also understand that no matter how stressed you are, there's no person in the world who is not stressed. This fantasy world that we live in, that people get up and they're so motivated and they start ticking off the checklist and all the results are there. This fantasy world, we need to come out of that. Only that way we can accept the fact that it's okay. Even if you're stressed, it's okay. So that realization needs to come to you. And I learned this from my mom also, my mom and my mentors. This is not a journey of this, it's a journey of this. So you need to look at it like that. So it's not about handling stress, it's about accepting stress. That is what I would say.
Wow.
Not handling it. Yeah.
A new concept that I learned. Yeah, accepting. We keep fighting with that. Why I'm feeling like this? It's
Yeah.
not only you in this world who is feeling stressed. There's everybody. I feel
Mm.
like it doesn't matter in which level you are, you will see problems. It's like if you are earning in crores, it doesn't matter. You are not going to get any problems. You will get. You will.
Yeah.
There
And
will be
the
time. Yeah.
problems
Yeah.
come in a bigger degree now. So
Yeah.
the stress is also on a bigger degree level. So I think it is more about accepting it rather than fighting it. So that's
Yeah.
the way you look at it. Yes.
That's amazing. And as we are running towards the end, this is my favorite question that I ask all the speakers who come to my show that what is that one message that you want to give to our listeners, to the world, that one message?
Now, for me, one message is, you know, start living your dreams and stop dreaming it. Start living it. See as if you already have it, and everything will eventually come true. Start living it. Don't, just dream it. Start living it. That's my message to you. So for all the entrepreneurs, for all the people who are watching this podcast, and just stay tuned to podcasts like this, because I know that the person who is holding this, is going to invite a lot of good people here. So just stick to this podcast, and I can see your life changing. So yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Aditya, for being here. I know you are so busy. Still, you found the time, and
Thank
we did this podcast. Finally, we did this podcast, I can say. And thank
Yeah,
you so much for being in the JRS
thank
show.
you.
It's an honor to have you, and the conversation that we are doing, we did actually, it's amazing. And looking forward to do this podcast in person in future. I'm thinking, not right now, but I'm settling down now things, and I'm keep doing the podcast. Whenever I'll do it offline, we will love to have it in person. Thank you so
Awesome.
much once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for so much for having me. Thank you.